Hi everyone, Rachel Herman here, and I am here today to talk to you about our secondary social studies work. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, so last time I was here, I talked primarily about middle school, and I'm going to focus more tonight on our high school level, but I will share some things happening at the middle school level as well. So some overall highlights, we're continuing the work around our core syllabi, updating those and creating common units of study as well as common unit summative assessments. We have updated our rubrics aligned to those new state standards at both, again, the middle and high school level. We have implemented TCI as our curricular resource in grades 10 and 11. And then as a reminder, we have our AP Human Geography textbook that was adopted last year that we're using as a curricular resource for our regular level Human Geography text in grade 9. Throughout this year, teachers have come together to collaborate and calibrate as they've implemented this new curriculum. Implementing anything new is no easy feat, and so that collaboration time has been hugely beneficial. We have instituted this year a common prep time for all teachers who are teaching new courses. And so that time has just been invaluable for them. They meet cross district using WebEx. They come together and just can problem solve and work through any hiccups that they have as they're, again, just implementing this new curriculum. We've built Blackboard shells that warehouse our district curricular resource. This is hugely beneficial for our new teachers. And then lastly, we have common collaborative planning time each week. Some of our highlights, as you can see, this is one of our high school classes where we are doing a model demonstration. They're enacting being in the trenches. And again, one of TCI's premises is they bring history to life. And so we want students to engage in history. And this is just, again, one example of that. This is an example of one of the compelling questions. So, to what extent was the New Deal successful in providing relief, recovery, and reform? And you can see that they're looking at primary and secondary documents to answer that question. And so, again, our big thing is we want to teach students how to think, not what to think, by asking them those argument-based, compelling questions. Additionally, this is an example of one of our high school Blackboard shells. And so just drawing your attention here, you can see this is an example of a summative assessment. And so again, we are really trying to be very consistent across our district that no matter where you go to school, we're holding you to the same standards in terms of what we are expecting students to know and be able to do. And so setting them up with, annotations, discussion, analyzing pieces of evidence, and then again, writing those argumentations. I did want to show a video, another highlight. I'm going to pull this up. This is a student. One of the things that we did when we purchased our curricular resources is we did purchase both the digital as well as some hard copies. And I was in a classroom doing an observation and saw a student who was using both. And so I just want to play for you what she talked about these resources and having access to both. Tell me why you like having a hard copy and having the digital.
So I have ADHD and it helps me to have it two separate things so I'm not scrolling it back and forth between the question because I'll tend to forget what I'm doing.
So you have the question up, but then you use the text to answer the question.
Yeah, so this, it says on the spoke diagram report at least 4 details about U.S. intervention in Panama. So I'm gonna go through and read where does it talk about that in the book.
Thank you.
Yep.
So again, just we're always trying to be mindful when we make our curricular purchases that we are serving all of our students, and so I thought that was important to share. So additionally, we have our course syllabi that have been developed, like I said, for all of our required classes, and additionally, we have been able to jumpstart some of our electives. And so I've linked here our criminal justice UBD, our criminal justice syllabi. Our team was able to get a head start on that work. We weren't anticipating being able to tackle electives until next year, but that is a course that we were able to move ahead with. And so I've linked here our secondary social studies matrix. These are documents that we have created for all of our secondary departments, and we are in the process of working to get them on our website. But it's really just a way to capture all of our curriculum and curricular resources into one easy, accessible, viewable document. And so here you can see we have all of our course syllabi. We have all of the rubrics that we use to assess those courses. We have Blackboard shells, and then we have the curricular resources that we use for those courses. And so, and then of course, those are translated for in Spanish as well. And so again, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, those are the courses that we have spent the most time with in terms of development, but we were excited that we were able to also tackle criminal justice this year as well. Going into the 22-23 school year, we will be tackling economics, government, criminal justice, psychology, and social issues as our elective areas. All right, going back to the slideshow then. Our metrics of success continue to be focused on student achievement. So we are continuing to look at our common unit assessments, the Wisconsin Forward exam, which we're excited students will be taking this spring in 8th grade and 10th grade as a measure of their social studies knowledge. And then we also are looking at course grade data. We have a student perception data. We have a survey that they will be taking in the spring. And we additionally are collecting information from focus groups. So we go in and we talk to groups of students about how their experience has been. Just anecdotal information is also helpful. In terms of teacher feedback, we had a mid-year survey that went out, and then we are continuing to meet with our original visioning team, the group that started this work, and collect their feedback along the way. And then in terms of parent feedback, we have our parent district curriculum council that meets 3 times per year, and we continue to update them and solicit their feedback as well. So just some preliminary, and these are obviously very preliminary data celebrations. Again, we're not even 1 full year into our implementation, but we've already seen at the semester 1 mark a 3% decrease in the total number of Ds and Fs in human geography, and an 8% total decrease in the total number of Ds and Fs for world history. And so again, very excited about those numbers. And then our teacher perception data told us that students are using more academic vocabulary in their speaking and writing. And so this is, I think, really significant because it tells us that when we put really rigorous text, complex text, grade level text in front of students, which is what this curricular resource was designed to do, that transfer of that vocabulary, that content knowledge is really transferring into students' speaking and writing. So our next steps, we're going to continue to build our Blackboard course shells, again, making those as robust as possible so that as new teachers come into our district, they are not left to, sift through the curricular resource and have to design everything on their own. We're going to continue to collect student and teacher feedback and make any necessary revisions. We are also continuing our pilot for AP Government and AP World History. So that work is also happening. We'll be coming to you later on this spring with our recommendations for those courses. And then, as I mentioned as well, we're going to be continuing to revise government economics and our other elective classes in the fall. And then we'll be coming back to the board in May with continued updates around our implementation, and then we'll be seeking approval of the syllabi that I referenced. So all of our 6th, 7th, and 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, as well as our criminal justice courses. So I look forward to seeing you at the Teaching and Learning Board meeting and answering any questions that you might have about this work. Thank you.